Peace and blessings. This is Raisa Ghiwala, the divorced Muslimah coach. Today's verse is coming from Quran chapter 22, verse 46. Have these people of Mecca not traveled through the land with hearts to understand and ears to hear? It is not people's eyes that are blind, but their hearts within their breasts. And this tells us that understanding comes from the heart. This central organ that has a physical function, which we know, right? It also has a spiritual or metaphysical function. And it reminds me of the hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, where he says that verily in the body there is a lump of flesh that if it is sound, then the entire body will be sound. But if it is corrupt, corrupt, then the entire body will be corrupt. So that is just kind of telling us that that is our command central, okay? And is it the heart that is commanding all the other senses and body parts, or are those things like our feelings and our desires and our what we take in with our eyes and ears, or is that actually controlling what we choose to do and don't do, right? And so here also we're understanding that the heart is not just the command center. It is also a reflection of intellect and of understanding, right? Because sometimes, have you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you're just like, why can't you understand? Or don't you understand, right? And you can be communicating with someone, but they're just not getting it, or you're just not getting it, and you're not understanding, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, understanding comes from our heart, the condition of our heart. So, I reflected on this, and I will invite you to reflect as well. What is it going to take for your heart to move? Why are you not using the blessings of the tools that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, such as our ears and our eyes, right? And to take in knowledge, to take in information, that what are we filtering it through? Are we filtering it through a lens, this knowledge and information that we are consuming with our eyes and our ears? Is it helpful, beneficial, or is it pure? Is it filthy? So what is, like, are we conscious of what we are consuming, right? So this message also tells us that the ears and the eyes are a gateway to the heart, and the heart is what you see truth with, right? If you have a pure, sincere heart that you're looking through, then your vision will be clear versus distorted, diluted, hazy, confused, right? This is something that we can all reflect on to purify and rectify our hearts through knowing our intention, being conscious of what are the things that are affecting our hearts. And we know that sins affect our heart, mistakes affect our heart, right? One's mistakes, even mistakes can be sins, and mistakes can be things that we do knowingly or unknowingly, in our times of our weakness, which is part of our human nature. Again, so we were meant to do those things, but we also have a way to cleanse, to purify, right? And so getting back to becoming conscious of what is connected, what is your heart connected to, right? Thinking of it as what is in your heart and what is your heart attached and connected to that is in competition with Allah, and your actions will tell you, like, what is it you're doing, what is it you're not doing, what is important to you, what thoughts occupy your mind so frequently and so much, right? And so becoming conscious of what is it that we're fearing, or pleasing, or who are we fearing and who are we trying to please, right? What is driving you? And so as we, become more conscious and aware of ourselves, this also automatically allows us to have taqwa, our God consciousness, and elevate that, right? So as you rise every day with taqwa this Ramadan, I invite you to pause and reflect on this. Assalamu alaikum, wa barakatuh.